Shit, bro, doing something. Do what you do. I ain't your mama. I ain't your daddy, huh? Know what I'm saying? I don't give a dang about you, boy. You feel me? Bernardo, let me go and see something right quick, man. All right, we got NFL play. We're gonna do this video right here. And we're gonna go on right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Bernardo, man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man. Jay Willie Silly, man.
$1 billion.
AKA Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like BZ. But make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch in the description down below. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. You know what I'm saying? I'll be speaking, bro, just to see if certain people gonna listen. Certain people listen, bro. At the end of the day, bro, half of the people that's watching my videos can ignore what I say. As long as I get through to one person, bro, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? But make sure y'all subscribe to my second channel. Link in the description down below. You know what I'm saying? Bro say he on Madden. You know what I'm saying? Bro say he on Madden. That's crazy. But we got NFL players who ruined their careers in seconds. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro. Hey, whatever your name is, Troop 1K. First of all, I ain't your twin, bro. You know what I mean? I don't care, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Why you still, we on NFL, bro. Why you still talking to me about it, bro? Go and live your life, bro. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I don't care, bro. You know what I mean? But nah, though, bro. We got NFL players who ruined their careers in seconds, man. You know, Henry Ruggs, man. Henry Ruggs, dog. That right there, bro. That right there was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Antonio Brown, look. Antonio Brown. You feel me? Like, my man Antonio Brown on the run. Bro, this man on the run for attempted murder. This man Antonio Brown is tweaking right now. What's going on with AB? AB is tripping. I looked up on my ESPN notification popped up. Man, this nigga is on the run for attempted murder. I don't even think that bro got caught yet. You know what I'm saying? I think bro's still on the run. I'm like, man, this man AB, man. AB going from being a superstar wide receiver to now being on the run for attempted murder. You know what I'm saying? CTE. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But nah, though, man. Henry Ruggs, man, is definitely a dude that I would have want to see career played out. You know, it's crazy how that happened to him. You know what I'm saying? A blink of an eye, bro. I just say, bro, once you get in this opportunity, bro, but this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, bro. You got 1 billion people in this world, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, it's only like, what, 400, 500 football players, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, you get this opportunity, man. You just got to think whatever situation, everything you just got to think, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to be grateful for this situation. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. I honestly can't believe that certain niggas really get in the league, bro, and really ruin it. Like, I can't believe it, bro. Like, what? It's once in a lifetime opportunity, bro. You ruin this?
Players chase from the moment they first put on
getting paid millions of dollars. And I do not agree with football players getting paid more than people saving lives. Like, why is football players getting paid more than doctors? I don't believe in that at all. I don't agree with that at all, but yes, it happens. Why is basketball players getting paid more than doctors, nurses, getting paid more than people that's helping people? You ain't helping nobody, nigga. All you doing is running the ball, dribbling the basketball, shooting the hoop, and you getting paid $265 million? That's crazy. That's the American way, though. I ain't gonna lie. That's the American way.
His biggest talent.
You getting paid millions of dollars to play basketball or football, and you ruin it.
Today, we're looking at the downfall of NFL stars who lost it all, from Super Bowl glory to freedom itself.
Ray Rice. Oh my God. The running back for the Ravens.
None other than Ray Rice.
Nigga was
this
hard.
guy used to terrify NFL defenses.
Bro,
Ray Rice was basically a walking highlight reel.
Not about
Ray
Ray
Rice.
Rice.
And then he would flip a game on its head. When he was at his best, he had incredible vision and quick cutting ability that left defenders grabbing nothing but air. He only stood at 5 feet 9 inches tall, but what he didn't have in height, he certainly made up for with his power.
This man said people don't pay to watch doctors. But if you sick, you go to a doctor, right? You know what I mean? The first person you gonna need, the first person that they go to when they get injured is who? A doctor. You need surgery, who you gonna go to? You know what I'm saying? You sure do need them then, though. You know what I mean? Talking about they want some entertainment. Bro, the NFL is not government funded. You jackass is paying these players, not the government. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, bro. You feel me? The government, bro, should be taking care of the doctors and, you know, stuff like that. But bro, the NFL and NBA is not government funded. The government do not put no bills on the NBA and NFL, bro. The only reason these niggas get such big contracts is because of people. You know what I mean? Straight up. Bro say his mom, so your mom take care of you? All right, bro. All right.
And the ability to make guys miss. After showing several
my boy never been to the doctor's
Rice
office.
Blew up in 2009 with over 2,000 yards from scrimmage, and he kept it going with 3 more dominant seasons, making multiple Pro Bowl appearances and getting second-team All-Pro honors.
Ray Rice was hard, bro.
Likely would have made All-Pro first team, but this is right when Adrian Peterson and Chris Johnson were running the league. You can trace Rice's big play ability all the way back to his college days at Rutgers. In 2006 and 2007, he put up over 4,000 total yards.
Bro, a troll, bro. I don't even pay that nigga no attention.
Just those 2 seasons alone. A lot of people think the Heisman voters simply ignored him just because he played at Rutgers instead of a big-name school, which is certainly possible. His career hit its peak in February of 2013 when the Ravens beat the 49ers in Super Bowl 47. As the confetti came down in New Orleans, Rice was standing on top of the football world. But then everything fell apart just 1 year later on February 15th, 2014. Rice and his then fiancée, Janae Palmer, got into an incident at an Atlantic City hotel and casino. At first, reports called it minor and both were charged with simple assault. The Ravens stood by their star during this process, with head coach John Harbaugh publicly supporting him. Then the video came out on February 19th. The original security footage showed Rice dragging Palmer from an elevator. The NFL didn't punish him until July 24th, and even then, they only gave him a measly 2-game suspension. It got people furious at Commissioner Roger Goodell for how he handled this domestic violence case. But in September of 2014, TMZ dropped the full elevator video. The graphic footage showed Rice hitting Palmer, knocking her out with 1 punch.
But one thing that I wanted to do today was, apologize to my wife, who I've known since high school.
Despite publicly apologizing,
like I said, bro, people make mistakes, bro, but one thing about people, they're not God. People are unforgivable. They're not going to forgive you. You know what I mean? People don't believe in second chances. They're not God, bro. So, it'd be crazy how sinful and imperfect people expect you to be perfect. But I ain't gonna lie, laying your hands on a woman, bro, that's something that I would never do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it G with you. So that was a big mistake though, Ray. I ain't gonna lie, that was a big mistake there, right there. You know what I mean? And then it was on video, so yeah, that was a big one right there. I ain't gonna cap.
Trying to make things right, Rice never played in the NFL again. His comeback efforts went nowhere as teams wouldn't touch him. A promising career that should have lasted several more years.
He probably would have been an all-time great.
A terrible decision.
You know what I mean? Don't ever put your hands on women though, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. Like, if you ever touch the woman, bro, you weak, bro. I don't care how much of a man you think you is, bro. You ever touch a woman, bro, you're weak, gang. Simple as that. Walk away, bro. You know what I mean? Like, straight up. You feel me? And that's the thing. He wasn't no average Joe, like bro said. Bro big. So you just knocking her out, bro. She would really like dizzy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can kill somebody, bro, with a punch. For real, hit them right in the brain, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Talking about, and then the way she was on the floor, bro, it seemed like she was out cold, bro. So I never see myself. It's certain things I never see myself do, you know what I mean? But hopefully Ray good, but it's like, you seen like, bro, like, 30, you said woman be JD5, bro. We not talking about that, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man, go ahead and time this man out right here, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm finna ban you in a minute. I'm not talking about women hitting on men, bro. We talking about men hitting on women right now, bro. We're not talking about that right now, bro. Everything I say, bro, you got a problem with me saying it, bro. It ain't gonna turn out good for you, bro. Go ahead and just chill out for me, gang. Everything I say, bro, you always going to get, bro. I'm telling you, I'm trying to warn you, bro. Like, y'all see what I be saying? You see how I be trying to warn them? And then when I ban you, you want to start crying. I be trying to give you warnings, bro, and you still be trolling, gang. Just shut up, gang. I'm not playing with you, bro. I'm not a nigga to be played with, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not somebody. Y'all been seeing them, bro. Every time I say something, bro, got something to say. Bro, go and guess what I say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing with you, bro. I don't like trollers, bro. I'm not Flight Reacts. I am not Solo. I don't know who you troll. I'm not Speed, bro. I'm going to get you up out of here, gang. I don't like trollers. I don't like them. That's a big pet peeve. You feel me? Straight up.
Goodrich looked like he was going to be an NFL star.
Don't troll somebody, bro. Troll them in the chat, bro. Don't troll me, bro.
Everything coaches dream about. Speed, instincts, and that special ability to make huge plays when the game was on the line. His biggest moment came during the 1998 Fiesta Bowl against Florida State. With Tennessee holding on to a 7-point lead early in the second quarter, Goodrich made the play of his life. Going up against star receiver Peter Warrick, he picked off a pass from Marcus Outson, took it 54 yards to the house. That touchdown helped lead Tennessee to a national championship, and Goodrich was named Defensive MVP. The Dallas Cowboys saw Goodrich as the answer to their secondary issues. They used their top pick in the 2000 draft on him, grabbing the cornerback in the second round. But things got tough once he hit the NFL. Goodrich struggled to get on the field, playing 5 games during his rookie year. He missed the 2001 season because of an Achilles injury, and in 2002, he only started once in 11 games. But soon, Goodrich's struggles on the field would be completely overshadowed by something much worse. Early in the morning on January 14th, 2003, he was driving his BMW through Dallas after a night out. Up ahead on the highway, there had just been a crash, and 2 people had stopped to help pull someone from a burning car. Goodrich's car hit both of them, and they passed away at the scene.
What?
The vehicle also hit a third man who survived but ended up with a shattered leg. And instead of stopping to help, Goodrich drove away.
Hit and run?
I left the scene. I left the scene because I panicked. I left the scene because of selfish reasons. I saw everything that I worked for flash in front of my face and didn't really want to know, didn't really want to deal with the consequences of what I did, the consequences of the choices that I made.
The Cowboys cut him a month later, and in court, Goodrich was convicted of criminally negligent homicide with a deadly weapon and failure to stop and render aid. The judge gave him 12.5 years in prison, ending whatever was left of his NFL career and completely changing the course of his life. Once he got out of prison, Goodrich graduated from Tennessee in 2014, and since then, he's become a public speaker and talks about that morning of 2003, pleading that young people do not make the same mistake that he did, and trying to teach them to do better.
Yeah, people make mistakes, y'all. You know what I mean? People make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he just lived and learned from it. You know what I mean? And he all right, man. You know.
Was another guy who was electric on the college football field. At Colorado, he led the conference with 1,008 receiving yards in 1995, and then with 1,000.
Am I the only one that get pissed off when I see wide receivers that don't wear gloves? Something about that just pisses me off for some reason. I don't know.
1,008 receiving yards in 1995.
Get ticked off when I see that.
1,116 yards and 8 touchdowns in 1996. His success in college caught the attention of NFL scouts, especially the Carolina Panthers, who grabbed him in the first round of the 1997 NFL Draft. As the 27th overall pick, he came to Charlotte with huge expectations. His rookie season showed a bit of promise with 545 yards and 4 touchdowns. Panthers fans were hoping this was just the beginning of something special, but injuries and up and down play limited what he did over the next 2 seasons. In 1998, he only played in 2 games, getting just 59 yards. The 1999 season wasn't much better. 5 games, 14 catches, 200 yards, and 0 touchdowns. Still, at 25 years old, Carruth had plenty of time to turn things around. The Panthers were staying patient, believing that their investment would eventually pay off. Then came November 16th, 1999.
It began as a night at the movies. A football star and his pregnant girlfriend driving to a South Charlotte theater with 2 tickets to a film called The Bone Collector. As she drove home from the theater that night, Sharika Adams had no idea that she was about to become the victim in a very real murder mystery.
So you killed her and your baby? You know what I'm saying? You killed her and your baby. Nigga, what was the reason for you doing this, nigga? Because you want to get on the field? You did this because you suck, nigga? I know you ain't do this because you suck. Because your numbers were terrible. So was that distress or something, nigga? You killed her because you suck, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is blasphemy. This is ridiculous. You killed her and your baby.
Carruth, driving ahead of Adams, suddenly stopped. When Adams stopped behind him, another car pulled up beside her. Multiple shots were fired into her car. Eventually, she told dispatchers that Carruth had stopped in front of her before another vehicle pulled up. It pointed directly to Carruth's involvement. Adams fought for her life, but sadly passed away weeks later. Doctors were able to save her baby boy, Chancellor, though he did suffer brain damage and cerebral palsy from not getting enough oxygen. The investigation showed
at least he survived, my boy.
Named Van Brett Watkins to kill Adams because she wouldn't end her pregnancy. Federal authorities found Carruth hiding in the trunk of a car in Tennessee, and in 2001, he was convicted and ordered to spend anywhere from 18 to 24 years in prison. He was released from jail on October 22nd, 2018.
They released this nigga?
CJ Spillman built his NFL career through pure determination on special teams. Despite going undrafted in 2009, this safety managed to stick on NFL rosters by becoming one of the league's most feared gunners on punt coverage. When you look at his special teams highlights, you can see Spillman flying down the field, showing the all-out kind of effort that coaches love to see. He played 6 seasons in the NFL with the Chargers, 49ers, and the Cowboys.
I know you saw.
While he hardly played on defense, starting just 1 game in his entire career, Spillman made an impact with a couple of clutch fumble recoveries and some massive hits. In 2014, Spillman landed with the Dallas Cowboys, where he kept doing his thing as a special teams weapon under coach Jason Garrett. But his NFL journey was about to hit a sudden wall.
I don't know. I just get pissed off when I see niggas that suck. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That pisses me off too. Like when I see niggas that suck, it's like, bro, you didn't make the, it just be pissing me off, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You made it to the NFL, bro, and you don't produce nothing. You suck. You know what I'm saying? Like for that last, you like, nigga, look at this. I don't know, but it's just making me mad, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, every time I get on that field, bro, I'm trying to knock a nigga head off. I'm trying to take advantage of every opportunity. I get tired. I don't like suck niggas. I hate, bro.
20th, 2014, just hours after the Cowboys
suck niggas pisses me off.
Game against the Rams, Spillman sexually assaulted a woman at the team hotel. Even with these serious allegations, Spillman kept playing for the Cowboys throughout the 2014 season while investigators worked the case. In July 2015, a Texas grand jury indicted Spillman. The next year, he was convicted and got 5 years in prison. The conviction permanently ended his time in the NFL and destroyed whatever legacy he'd built up to that point in time.
Henry Ruggs, man.
Henry Ruggs III was pure speed. As the Raiders' 12th overall pick in the NFL draft, the team brought him in for one main reason, to blow the top off defenses. The Raiders even took him ahead of CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson, which shows just how much stock they had in him. This is the pick they desperately wish they could have back now, though. At Alabama, playing alongside future NFL stars like Devontae Smith, Calvin Ridley, and Jerry Jeudy, Ruggs helped Alabama.
We had a crazy wide receiver core. Like, you start thinking about it, y'all. We had a crazy wide receiver core, bro.
Wish they could have back now, though. At Alabama, playing alongside future NFL stars like Devontae Smith, Calvin Ridley, and Jerry Jeudy, Ruggs helped Alabama win the 2017 National Championship as a freshman. His production in college got better every year, wrapping up with back-to-back seasons of 700-plus yards and 19 total touchdowns in his sophomore and junior years. NFL.
You said is, bro. Heck yeah, bro. Devontae Smith better than Julio, bro. Better than Julio was at no wide. I watched on my own eyes. I've been an Alabama fan, bro, since forever. You being from Alabama, bro, that's what you live and die Alabama. I mean, nobody is harder Alabama fans than niggas that is from Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So I seen Julio, bro. I seen the greats, Devontae Smith, Amari Coopers. I seen them. Devontae Smith is the best wide receiver I've ever seen put on the Alabama jersey. I'm not gonna lie. Bro was unstoppable. He was OP, bro.
Combine sealed his elite status.
He's better than Julio.
Blazing 4.28 40-yard dash time, which was later updated to 4.27, one of the fastest times ever. Ruggs showed glimpses of his game-breaking ability during his first NFL season, averaging 17.4 yards per catch, which is amazing efficiency for a first-year player. His second season started even better. Through 7 games in 2021, he had 469 yards receiving and was becoming one of Derek Carr's favorite deep threats, averaging nearly 20 yards every time he caught the ball. But in the early morning hours of November 2nd, 2021,
police report on the fiery wreck saying Ruggs was driving at 156 miles per hour with a blood alcohol level twice Nevada's legal limit.
This is what driving at 156 miles per hour looks like. You can see just how fast Henry Ruggs was going based on the speed of the other cars around him.
He is
who let this nigga drive?
Right about 2.5 seconds after he passes by, you hear screeching and then a loud bang.
Ruggs made a choice that would change multiple lives forever. He crashed into 23-year-old Tina Tintor's vehicle. Her car burst into flames. Tintor and her dog Max died at the scene. The Raiders cut Ruggs immediately, and in 2023, he pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison.
This nigga Henry Ruggs,
Bam Morris bulldozed through NFL defenses with a punishing style.
Henry Ruggs.
Texas Tech product was built like
Dang,
a tank
Henry
and
Ruggs,
ran with the kind of power that made smaller linebackers think twice before taking him head on.
Bam is one of those guys that don't come along very often.
Bam Morris, a real people person. That is, unless you're a defender.
At Texas Tech, Morris owned the Southwest Conference, leading in both rushing yards and touchdowns in 1993 with a very impressive.
You know somebody drunk. Why you let him drive?
22 scores. The Steelers drafted him in the third
round. Finna let this nigga drive?
NFL draft, and Morris hit the ground running as a rookie, rushing for 836 yards and 7 touchdowns while adding on another 204 yards catching passes. One of his best moments came the next season on the biggest stage, Super Bowl 30 against the Dallas Cowboys. Even though Pittsburgh lost this game, Morris still had a good showing, grinding out 73 yards and scoring a touchdown that briefly had Steelers fans believing a comeback was possible.
Cowgirls, this is the last time y'all was winning though. Last time y'all won.
Journey quickly ran into
I know y'all niggas like this the last time y'all won right here. Civil rights. Do we even know who the freak Morris is? You know what I mean? This the last time y'all won right here. This the last time and none of y'all was allowed to see this.
His production fell in the second season, and in March of 1996, police found more than 6 pounds of marijuana in his car during a traffic stop in Texas. The Steelers cut him soon after that incident.
Dang.
Though he got second chances with Baltimore and Chicago, Morris never.
I mean, 6 pounds is crazy, but dang, shoot. I mean, certain people just don't play that. I told y'all, but when you in the league, bro, you gotta be on your best behavior, bro.
Found his early form again. His time with the Ravens showed glimpses of what he could do. 774 yards in 1997, but it was overshadowed by a 4-game suspension in the beginning of the season for breaking the league's alcohol policy and a 120-day jail sentence. In 1998, he signed
alcohol that important for you, bro? Weed that important? Dang, bro. Golly, you can't control yourself. You need the alcohol. You need the weed, bro. Dang, if I'm making millions of dollars, bro, weed and alcohol can go, gang.
Season, it looked like he was finally
got a third chance.
In 1999, he just couldn't capitalize on that momentum. His career was basically over at that point, and to make things even worse for him, his legal problems were just getting started. In April of 2000, Morris was arrested for trafficking controlled substances. The investigation showed he was then running a major distribution network, personally handling over 220 pounds of marijuana around Kansas City. On September 10th, 2001, a judge gave Morris 10 years in prison. It was a shocking story, but it's not even as shocking as our next guy.
Aaron Hernandez, that's crazy.
Aaron Hernandez was a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He could line up as a traditional tight end, slot receiver.
It's crazy what happened, bro. It's crazy what happened to him.
The Patriots grabbed Hernandez in the 4th round of the 2010 NFL Draft, which is the same year they got Rob Gronkowski. The whole league took notice. Bill Belichick, who's always one step ahead, saw a 2-tight end system that could change offensive football forever. By his second season in 2011, Hernandez became a key piece in New England's offense. Piled up 910 yards and 7 touchdowns while helping the Patriots get to Super Bowl 46. His college days at Florida also already showed potential. Playing with Tim Tebow, Hernandez won a national championship in 2008. And his Sugar Bowl performance the very next year against Cincinnati, 9 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown, showed off the talent that would soon give NFL defenses headaches. In August of 2012, the Patriots showed just how much they valued Hernandez by giving him a 5-year, $40 million contract extension. But behind all the touchdowns was some really troubling behavior. Hernandez had a history of violent violent incidents dating back to his Florida days. Reports later show that many NFL teams had completely removed him off their draft boards because of character concerns, which would explain why he fell to the 4th round despite having 1st or 2nd round talent. On June 26, 2013, everything fell apart. Police arrested Hernandez in connection with the homicide of Odin Lloyd, a semi-pro football player who was dating the sister of Hernandez's fiance. Patriots cut him within hours of the arrest. April of 2015, Hernandez was found guilty and got life in prison without parole. While serving this sentence, he was also charged with a double homicide from 2012, though he was later found not guilty of those charges. On April 19, 2017, prison guards found Hernandez in his cell. He had taken his own life at the age of 27.
Prison officials in Massachusetts confirming they found former New England Patriot and University of Florida standout Aaron Hernandez dead in his cell this morning.
Boston University researchers who examined Hernandez's brain discovered that he suffered from an advanced form of CTE.
A study out today says former football star Aaron Hernandez had a severe form of CTE.
It's junk sad, bro. It's junk sad, bro, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, bro. Had such a 27 years old, has such, bro, I'm talking about, bro, so many, bro, so much career to be played, bro. Age of 27, bro. Dang.
Degenerative brain disease. It is like Alzheimer's.
I'm telling y'all, bro. I think that's what I think that's what AB got, y'all. Bro, I'm telling y'all, bro. I think AB, bro, got CTE, bro. I told y'all, if y'all do not know, that nigga AB is on the run for attempted murder. You know what I mean? They need to get that nigga immediately. Immediately. That nigga AB is on the run for attempted murder. You feel me? Straight up. They need to get that nigga, man, for that nigga hurt somebody, man, for real. I'm worried about AB, bro. I'm worried about that nigga, man.
Loss, mood swings.
When I seen that nigga, when I seen that nigga take off his jersey, bro, and run out, quit mid-game, I knew it was something wrong with that nigga. I'm like, this is not the same AB, you know what I'm saying, that was at the Steelers. When that nigga did that, I ain't never seen something like that in my life, nigga. I was like, yeah, something wrong with this nigga.
And concentration developing into progressive.
They gotta get that nigga, man. They gotta put that nigga in handcuffs,
the
man.
best player on the New England Patriots, in my opinion. That wasn't named Tom Brady. He was that skilled. But hearing the CTE results, all of us former players are still curious to all of it, because me as a former player, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to think. But all I know is I wonder. I wonder how much I have, and I wonder, you know, what am I going to be like in 5 or 10 years?
Hernandez is one of the most tragic stories in the history of the sport, but we've got a lot more crazy stories to come, including a Super Bowl hero who shot himself in a nightclub, a running back whose 15-year prison term began during his rookie season, and a Bears special teams player who was caught by an undercover cop. But first, we gotta look at Trevone Boykin. At TCU, he could beat you with his arm or with his legs, putting up over 10,000 career passing yards while also running for over 2,000 on the ground. In 2014, he threw for 3,009.
There's another thing that pisses me off. I know y'all probably like, dang, bro, so much pisses you off. It does. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. It really does. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff pisses me off. You know what I mean? But I'm not when I get pissed off, I stay silent about it. But I'll tell you, you know what I'm saying, what pisses me off. You know what I mean? But I'm not an angry person. I just, you know, I get pissed off, you know, in the inside. I never show it in the outside. But this is another thing that pisses me off is when quarterbacks have 2 gloves on. If you see a quarterback that has 2 gloves on, that nigga sucks.
901 yards with 33 touchdowns while rushing for another 707 yards and 8 scores.
That nigga said TCU legend. Now, TCU got legends.
This got him named Big 12 Offensive
He probably was like that, though.
He finished 4th in Heisman Trophy voting. But NFL teams had concerns about Boykin making the jump to the pros, questions about his size, accuracy, decision-making, and mainly some off-field issues left him undrafted in 2016.
Oh my God.
Seattle Seahawks took a chance on him. They saw his potential and picked him up as a backup to Russell Wilson.
See, that's what look, that's what they did. That's look. That's what they did with Jalen Mildew. This finna be Jalen Mildew. Seahawks fans, if you're looking at this, run. Like when Daniel Jones with the Indianapolis Colts. Run. You know You know what I mean? Dream, 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 dream. Eat your eyes, get your milk, get it, take a sip. What a boy Shark boy say? Dream, 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 dream. You better dream, nigga. You think that nigga finna be the next paying man in the year? Dream, 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 dream. Nigga, you are in the world of trouble. Hey, Mildew, when I see, hey, Seahawks fans, when I see you drop Mildew, oh my God, you're in the world of trouble. You better dream, 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 dream.
Chance on him. They saw his potential. And
I know both of them niggas very well.
Russell Wilson. Boykin's short NFL career peaked in Week 3 of the 2016
you gonna
season
see, it's over, brother. It's over.
Completed 7 out of 9 pass attempts for 65 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. These flashes suggested that he could develop into a solid NFL backup or even become a starter somewhere. But his career quickly fell apart.
I mean, you never know. Mildew probably do see the field. I mean, Sam Darnold, bro, really was trash until he went to the Minnesota Vikings. So, you know, you see how Kirk Cousins was when he left the Minnesota Vikings and went to the Atlanta Falcons. So, certain teams just can't produce like certain teams. Certain teams make you look worse than what you are. You know what I mean? You see how it was with Baker Mayfield. So it really depends on what team you on, bro, honestly. So just because he performed that way with the freaking Vikings, that don't mean he'll perform that way with the Seahawks. You know, ain't no more Petey Carroll. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no more Ryan Grubb, you know? So he going into a whole nother different system. You know what I'm saying?
The field. In March of 2017,
so you probably do see Mildew.
As a passenger in a car that crashed into a Dallas bar.
Oh, I do see Mildew.
He faced charges of
you said killing several pedestrians.
In a car that crashed into a Dallas bar, hurting several pedestrians.
Oh, you hurt
several. He faced charges of public intoxication and possession of marijuana. Things got even worse in March of 2018. According to police, Boykin assaulted his then girlfriend Shabrika Bailey during an argument that started when he demanded that she unlock her phone. Security camera footage at his home showed everything. He put Bailey in the hospital with multiple breaks in her jaw.
I mean, jackass, for you to be on your, for you to be where you are, jackass, and you doing this, for you to be an undrafted nigga, a backup nigga, and you doing this, it's jackass.
Requiring it to be wired shut.
Former TCU quarterback Trayvon Boykin will spend 3 years in prison for aggravated assault and also tampering with a witness.
You already.
The problems didn't stop there. In December of 2019, he was arrested for theft after trying to leave a hotel without paying his bill. And in February of 2020, he pleaded guilty to several charges, including aggravated assault and tampering with a witness, getting a 3-year prison sentence. After getting out of jail, Boykin went back to playing some indoor football. And
I ain't gonna lie, some niggas just. I ain't gonna lie, some niggas really is just their own worst enemy. I ain't gonna lie, some niggas is stupid. It's like, I would never, like, I love, bro, I love myself so much, I'm not gonna lie, like, I really do. I love myself so much that I would never put myself through so much. Like, I've realized that. Like, one thing I've realized, bro, like, I've seen my brother and my sister, bro, and I listened to my parents and I seen how down spiral their life went. I was like, I'm not gonna do that. You make the right choices, bro. Like me listening to my parents, not thinking I know everything. You make the right choices. Life can be so easy. A lot of y'all life hard because of y'all, bro. I want you to look in the mirror like, dang, why is my life hard right now? Why I got all these problems, nigga? I bet it's you. I bet you the reason why you in your situation. Like I said, 95% of the time, the other 5% is just life. Certain things happen to you that you just can't control, but I bet you 95% of that other time, you the reason, bro, you was in that situation. Just keeping it real.
Also played in Mexico for a couple years.
A wise man learns from his mistakes. You're right about that, brother. You are right.
6 feet tall, Plaxico Burress towered over NFL secondaries. After the Steelers,
that's why people be trying to say you get on a nigga about by doing the same thing over and over again. They be on some, dang, humans can't make mistakes. No, you keep doing the same thing over and over again. They ain't a mistake no more. Nigga, you just a jackass. Niggas learn from their mistakes. Okay, made a mistake. I ain't gonna do that again. You know what I'm saying? Niggas learn from mistakes. But if you just keep doing something over and over again, nah, nigga, there ain't no mistake no more.
In 8th
You just a
overall in the
jackass.
2000 NFL draft, he quickly made a name for himself as a serious deep threat. His time in
My
Pittsburgh,
boy,
4 solid
Giants
seasons
legend right
in his
here.
career, including back-to-back 1,000-yard years in 2001 and 2002. His big playability made him a hot commodity when he hit the free agency
Giants
market in
legend.
2005. New York Giants scooped him up, pairing him with Eli Manning in a move that
Giants
completely
legend.
changed their offense. And the investment paid off right away. Burris put up 1,214 yards and 7 touchdowns.
That boy
in his
was
first
fire.
year
That's
with
my
the team.
boy.
In 2007, his
That's my
regular
boy.
season numbers were really good. 70 catches, 1,025 yards, 12 touchdowns. But in Super Bowl 42 against the undefeated Patriots, Burris had his biggest moment yet, catching the game-winning 13-yard touchdown with just 35 seconds left, completing one of the biggest upsets
Did you miss
in
me?
sports history.
Did you miss me?
Less than a year later, on November 29th, 2018, everything changed in a flash. While at the Latin Quarter nightclub in Manhattan, Burris was carrying an unlicensed .40 caliber handgun tucked into his jeans waistband. As he moved through the VIP section, the gun slipped down his leg, and when Burris reached for it, the weapon fired, sending a bullet through his right thigh. New York had very tough gun laws, and Burris didn't have a permit to carry a concealed weapon in either New York or New Jersey. Manhattan Mayor Michael Bloomberg publicly demanded that Burris be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. In August of 2009, Burris took a plea deal and got 2 years in prison. He was released in June of 2011 after serving nearly 2 years.
Y'all probably like, what the freak? He got sentenced to 2 years for that. That's New York for you. That's why I would never move to New York. Niggas in New York can't have guns. It's illegal to have a gun in New York. So y'all probably like 2 years. Them niggas don't play that in New York. They don't play that junk. You get caught with a gun in New York, boy, you probably finna do some time, boy.
Though he did try to make a comeback with the Jets and later
That's why them
returned
niggas
to
be
the Steelers,
stabbing niggas.
Burris never got back to his old form. His career effectively ended with a split-second mistake that cost him millions. Cecil Collins came to the NFL with incredible raw talent and a troubled background.
You look
The
like a
running back
jackass.
nicknamed the Diesel led the SEC with 8.3 yards per carry during his time at LSU in 1997.
He's the most impressive running back I've ever seen.
You know, Ryan Clark.
Modern day Earl Campbell.
So didn't he have a license for it? No, nigga, you didn't hear the video?
On him in the 5th round of the 1999 draft, and Collins rushed for 414 yards in 8 games as a rookie. But on December 16, 1999, he made one decision that instantly destroyed his promising career.
You just saw one of the greatest running backs probably ever, and it was a blink of an eye and it was over.
He broke into a neighbor's apartment.
You said one of the greatest running backs ever?
Instantly destroyed his
Yeah, he definitely not one of the greatest running backs ever if I've never heard about the jackass.
promising career.
You just saw one of the greatest running backs probably ever.
No,
and it
he's
was a
not.
blink of an eye
No,
and
he's
it was
not.
over.
He is not. He is
He
not.
broke into a neighbor's apartment in Florida while the married couple inside was sleeping.
Look at that jackass.
When they spotted him, Collins ran but was quickly identified and arrested. He
Look at
claimed
that
to know the
jackass.
girl inside from the gym and quote-unquote only wanted to watch her sleep. The Dolphins cut him immediately, and by 2001, a judge had given him 15 years in prison for burglary. He got out a little bit early, and during his 13 years locked up, Collins developed a perspective that might shock you. In interviews, he actually suggested that prison might have saved
Boy,
his
you
life
stupid.
considering the path he was on. He even found a personal connection behind bars, marrying a woman that he met when she was visiting another inmate. From NFL starter to spending more than a decade in prison, this is one of the fastest falls from grace that you'll see in league history. But the guys we're about to cover are a whole lot crazier.
Nigga talking about he
Sam
wanted
Hurd
to see.
lasted 5 seasons with the
Talking about he
Dolphins.
wanted to see niggas sleep. Okay. One thing about the ops, they ain't the ops, but you got a lot of criminals, right? You know what I'm saying? The ops, but the ops, bro, the ops just don't got no luck, do they? How many Cowboys players? How many Cowgirls players we seen on this? How many Cowgirls players have we seen on this list so far? We seen a list 5. And the Cowgirls just cursed. You can't tell me that them stupid out boys is not cursed. Y'all can't tell me that, but them goofy out boys is cursed.
Cowboys from 2006 to 2010, creating a niche mainly on
cow criminals.
I mean, just 739 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns across
the
6
cow jackasses.
His offensive stats weren't exactly eye-catching. His college career at Northern Illinois showed real potential, especially his impressive senior year when he racked up 1,074 yards
people make mistakes.
Touchdown.
We should name them the cow jackasses.
Never translated to the pros, leaving Hurd battling for playing time and special teams roles. In July of 2011, his fortunes seemed to change when he signed a 3-year deal with the Chicago Bears worth more than $5 million, including a $1.35 million signing bonus. What teammates and coaches couldn't have seen coming was that Hurd had far bigger ambitions off the field than on it.
Friends call him God-fearing, a family man. So is it possible he was leading a double life, which could send him to prison for 40 years? And why would someone pay millions of dollars risk everything?
Everyone at the Bears say, good guy, great guy, quoting the Bible, great guy to be around. Obviously, he was conning them if he was involved in this.
On December 14th, 2011,
funny as heck, bro.
Hurd in a Chicago.
Oh my God.
Hurd told
obviously he was conning them.
He wanted to buy 5 to 10 kilograms of Coca-Cola and 1,000 pounds of marijuana weekly to distribute through Chicago. The Bears cut him immediately after the news broke.
Immediately.
In April of 2013, Hurd pleaded guilty to conspiracy to possess the substances with intent to distribute. That November, the judge gave him 15 years in prison. After serving about 10 years, Hurd was released in January of 2023 to community confinement in San Antonio. So, how do you get more self-destructive than that? Well, let's find out.
This nigga selling drugs.
Looked like the perfect NFL success story. This UCLA All-American
nigga selling drugs in the NFL.
Looked like the perfect NFL success story. This UCLA All-American cornerback graduated with a 3.3 GPA in finance before becoming a cornerback for the Los Angeles Rams. On the field, he showed that he could make plays, grabbing 12 career interceptions, including solid seasons in 1991 and 1992 when he picked off 7 passes combined. With his college degree and strong family background, it seemed like he was going to do great things even after football. But the image everybody saw hid a completely different reality that would eventually wreck his career and land him in prison for decades. In 1993, we got the first sign that something might be wrong when 3 men were charged with trying to squeeze $100,000 from Henley, claiming he owed them $360,000 from an illicit deal. Henley didn't get charged at the time, but it certainly showed there were some serious problems that nobody knew about. Then by 1995, Henley's carefully built life collapsed when he was found guilty of drug trafficking.
Get it.
The court gave him 20
years.
years.
Drug trafficking you in the
that
NFL.
Was the start of Henley's
niggas get in the drug game because they ain't got no money because they got to. I don't get it. This ain't the most jackasses of the jackasses. I don't understand, bro. Bro, niggas get in the drug game because they don't have no other option, bro. I mean, it's always another option. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's always another option, as I always say. But niggas get in the drug game because they don't have nothing. That's why most of these drug kingpins, Pablo Emilio Escobar, you know what I mean, El Chapo, the El Menchos, them folks came up from nothing. So they wanted something. You feel me? But nigga, you in the NFL trying to drug traffic. Make it make sense.
In 1996, while waiting for the appeal, he bribed a guard to sneak his cell phone into his cell. Using this hidden phone, Henley connected with somebody that he thought was a mobster named Joey Gambino. This supposed mafia guy offered Henley a piece of an illicit substance.
Gambino don't play.
But Henley's desperation pushed him to do something even worse. He tried to set up hits on the judge who sentenced him and Tracy Donahoe, the Rams cheerleader who was also involved. What Henley didn't know was that Joey Gambino was actually an undercover DEA agent recording every word. This plot added 21 years to Henley's sentence, bringing his total to 41 years. The cornerback who once had everything, education, athletic talent, and family support, had become a federal prisoner with no shot at freedom until his mid-60s. NFL careers can end in seconds, not just from getting injuries or by getting cut, but from the choices that are made off the field. Some of these guys had elite talent that we'll never get to fully appreciate, all because of their reckless decision-making. But I want to know what you guys think. Which of these downfalls shocked you guys the most, or is there one that I didn't mention that you think about from time to time? Also, check out these 2 videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them, and hit that subscribe button for more content like this.
And we had to turn off the freaking lights for that. You know what I'm saying? Had to turn off the dang lights. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Too many jackasses. You feel me? It was hurting my freaking head. Had to turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. I'm looking for you. You know what I'm saying? I had to turn off the lights, man. Jackasses of the jackasses. But I appreciate everybody for joining the stream, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate everybody for joining the stream, man. It was a good stream tonight. Like I said, y'all, we will be live tomorrow, Saturday. So make sure y'all stay tuned with your boy Jay. Boy Jay out, man.